I am here with my co-host, Miss Cynthia No Nonsense. Um, I have a very special guest today, Miss Julia Moore. How you doing, Miss Julia?
Hello, I'm good.
You good?
Oh,
Um,
oh,
what I like to do is bring guests on that are actually doing positive things and in the community. You're a busy young lady. I was reading your bio and everything, and you're very busy. Can you tell the people what it is that you do?
Well, I am a business owner slash CEO of a nonprofit founded in Norwalk, Connecticut. I
Okay.
am born and raised in Norwalk.
You do hair.
Yes,
That's your thing.
I have a hair salon.
You do hair here also?
I do some in Waterbury.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hit so doing hair is the foundation of what you do.
yes,
That's the start of it.
yes.
But you have a history. You went to school and everything. So talk a little bit about it.
Well, I went to JM Right Tech in Stanford. It's vocational trade school. I graduated in 1995, and came out with my cosmetology license. I ran a family business with my mom and my brother. My brother's a barber. My mom was a hairstylist. My mom passed 7 years ago,
I'm sorry to hear that.
and I ventured on my own, trying to figure out how to move without her around. I worked for her with 20 plus years, always
Okay.
worked with my mom. So I went on my own and birthed Hair by Julia Moore. So I have that, and I also have Moore's Hair Loss and Wellness Clinic. I also have a hair loss clinic.
Okay. So you help people with hair loss.
That's losing, yeah. That's
Oh,
losing a
okay.
little something.
Now let's go. Wait. Speaking of that, the Will Smith thing transpired by Jada
I love.
alopecia. Explain that because people think it's a disability and they really don't know what it is.
Alopecia is, first and foremost, I am a full-blown trichologist. A trichologist is where we can identify and treat hair loss, and I can do it on a national level. So, alopecia is different forms of alopecia. Alopecia is basically hair loss,
Okay.
losing the hair due to multiple reasons. It could be different reasons why someone can get alopecia. There's all different types. Traction alopecia, which is the most common. Or you can get full-blown alopecia where the hair doesn't grow back at all.
So would that be like stress causing hair loss or something? I don't.
I
Main
mean,
reason.
stress could be a problem why people start thinning and their hair start, shedding and falling out. But it wouldn't be the main reason why someone gets alopecia.
Oh. So would that be under the? Because I went to barber school in the Navy, um, and they talked about the scabies and different things that you know. What would it be under? Like,
Alopecia would be basically under just a form of just someone losing their hair.
skin disorder,
It would be scalp disorder.
scalp.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be considered a scalp disorder. Um, and again, it could be hereditary. Some where the parents, the grandma, grandpa,
Oh.
mom, dad.
Well, I shaved mine, so
Yeah. So it could be anything, especially with women.
yeah.
We're very hormonal. So, and as we get older, have babies, thyroid issues, high blood pressure, diabetes. It could be numerous things that can
Oh.
start causing hair loss.
So it didn't warrant a slap. She shaved her head. because of?
I think she looked cute.
Yeah, I liked
I
it.
think it was a compliment.
Right.
I didn't think it deserved a slap, but
I watched G.I. Jane last night.
yeah, I think it was. I think it was a straight compliment to me, being that she looked very beautiful. I just think it was over exaggerated, all
Yeah.
because I think the slap, because it was Will Smith who slapped him.
Yeah.
But and the fact that maybe Jada didn't respond the way she should have, her husband did on national.
Right.
But other than that, most women been struggling with alopecia way before this. It was already out there. But it's just that I guess the slap
Brought more attention to
brought
it.
more attention to it, but it's
Cynthia-
already been out there.
Cynthia, what do you think?
Well, I don't know a lot about alopecia, but I guess this is something that didn't always have, right? And it's been a while now since she's been experiencing it. I don't know the backstory to that, like why, or if it's hereditary, but it could have just been she chose to wear her hair like that, right? But
Right.
because the host of the show didn't know what
Right.
really was going on, apparently, I guess he didn't know that she had alopecia. It could come off as an insult, disrespectful, and either way, I don't agree with Will's actions. But that is a sensitive thing. We are prideful about our crown. As you can see, I got my crown. I love my crown. So don't talk about my crown whether I'm bald or not, because you don't know what
Right.
I am going.
Right. Okay. Um, what is the name of it? Trichologist? Is that what you said it was?
Well, trichologist is for those who practice full-blown. We have the right to identify and treat hair loss.
That's going to be the word of the day. Trichologist.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to ask him that, but now I know.
Yeah.
Right.
So, outside of the hair, there's other things that you do. You have a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
And what do you do there?
So I started a nonprofit organization in my salon
Okay.
about almost 17 years ago. And I believe it was needed. It mentors and foster young girls ages 13 to 21. And we teach and mentor them how to become young, productive women in society.
That's everything from the
Ac-
education down
Academically, socially, physically, mentally, we had all areas.
to. Yeah? Okay. That's deep. You
Yeah.
know, you have it's just in Norwalk?
No, we actually have Stratford, Bridgeport, Norwalk. We currently in talks with Stanford, and I can't really mention right now, but I will let you know
Right.
later. But we're actually working on a big project that will help young ladies in other areas. Because the goal is to go, I'm taking the program national
Yeah.
because it's needed right now.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
lot going on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the streets. with
What?
these-
And what they're striving for, what their interest is, and then you have social media. It's creating a culture. This young lady, she was trying to pick up a piece of paper, and I'm looking at her, and she was having difficulty because she had 2 inches on her hands, 2 inches of nails. And I'm like, well, don't you think they're a little too long? She said, no, no, no. For real? You were just having trouble picking up a piece of paper. I didn't understand it. And then another thing, The pajamas.
Yeah. Yeah, that gets to me. Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a woman,
Yeah.
like I told my daughter, I have a daughter. She's 24, but I still tell, let me catch you in a supermarket or leaving the house,
With pajamas on.
pajamas and slippers on. No, I think that is the most. It's something if you have to run out in emergency and you just didn't have time.
Right.
But if you're going to even as adults, as grown folks, like it starts from the house. How I was raised,
Right.
how you come out the front door is how you reflect inside your house. So if you're allowing your kids to go to school in pajamas, their hair tied up, with their slides on,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so then you're worried later how they turn out and how they become, but you taught them that, you allowed that.
And then another problem is the slides be too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, slides, the Crocs, and you know, like my pet peeve is someone dragging their feet, and that irritates me because it's a sign of laziness. But they do it, and you're looking at them and like I don't like anybody who puts their fingers in their mouth. I say stop that, don't do that. Chewing on their fingernails, and I think this a lot of this generation's issues come from home. It may be just my opinion, but you hear people saying they just learned who their kids are based on the shutdown. You had them. You had the kid, and you don't know your kid? I know what my son was doing all the time. He thought I didn't, but I played dumb for a minute. They're making excuses for him. And it's not, to me, it's not good. Respect, 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 respect. That's,
I think also you have households where, for me, like, I'm a single parent.
right,
And I did my best trying to raise a son and a daughter.
right,
And, as a parent, you feel like, because there is some of us, I agree, but there's some of us who feel like we are doing our best. And then you send your child out 6 hours a day to go to school.
right.
And you teaching them one way at home, but then you got people on the outside who's teaching them something different. And they didn't know, like, oh, my mama would kill me if I did that, or blah, blah, blah. But what they don't see ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So they're learning. So you could try to be the best parent,
Right.
but then when you send them out in the streets for a couple of hours, and you like from school or after school programs, they're picking up other things from other kids.
Right.
So and then when you hear them talking, like, where did you learn that language at, or where did you get that from? Oh, my friend gave that to me. Okay, return that when you get back to school.
And I get that. That's, I see that. Because that kid will act one way around his parents and then another way at school. I get all of that. But something has to be instilled that you turn it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Some of the values and morals, they can actually turn down. Like you said, your program is teaching young ladies. Turn it down. You can turn it down. It doesn't have to be X, Y to the Z. It could be something else. And it's just fascinating because everybody wants to, they want to use that as an excuse. To me, it is what it is. Like the whole Buffalo shooting thing, first thing they yell is mental health. What? The man was 18. I was in the Navy, sailing the seven seas at 18. The excuse, they're looking for an excuse. You know, that's it, there is no excuse for it.
No.
You know, well calculated. So you can't use mental health. That's out. You know, they did something, he did something that, in my opinion, politics can't fix. We can't fix this with politics. These people believe in what they believe. It's not politics. We don't want to go cry to the police and cry to your politicians. No, 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 no. That's that's a wasted effort. We've been screaming the same thing for centuries. What is centuries? 20 years? We've been screaming the same thing for centuries. And you know, they start talking politics. How can we help and fix it? I don't know how we can help it or fix it, but I know it's not politics. That's the last
No.
thing we're looking at. You know, your thoughts on it?
I think he just need to be disciplined to the highest form
Yeah.
because that was premeditated. And they're trying to figure out if it was a, what do you call it, racial, they want to try to figure out if it's terrorist or racially, like a racist attack.
Yeah, a hate crime.
You know it was a racist attack. Give
Yeah.
him a terrorist attack. Give him everything that's on the books because he had a conversation about it. They got the recordings on it. He posted it in a group. What is there to try to figure out? Hands down,
Yeah.
If it was the other way around, it
Yeah.
would have been a wrap.
Like the gentleman
He would already got sentenced.
on the subway.
Yeah, he would already got
Yeah.
sentenced.
The gentleman on the subway, he called and told him where he was at. He put the smoke thing on the subway. I seen a article where it says, because they brought him to where R. Kelly is in Brooklyn. It says that R. Kelly befriended him. So, you know, he know he's gonna be in jail for a long time. You know that they put you away.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like there's a powder keg that is about to happen, or maybe I'm engaging into it too far. But it seems like something is in the air, and then you have this guy on the news talking about replacement theory. Replacement theory? Replacing who? You know what I mean? So it gets a little tricky when it comes down to it to understand it. But I thought it was sad. They gave him a red carpet treatment, you know, to take him out of there. When we get pulled over for a traffic stop, like the gentleman, they shot him in the back of the head. You know, I
It's
can't
not
even
fair.
say, huh?
It's just not. It's not fair,
Yeah.
but it's. I mean, we see it, we read about it, we hear it, so it's not like we should be shocked,
No.
you know. But it was like we just get more aggravated, more frustrated, more anger. You know, people get more angrier. So will it ever stop? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So-
I think people are tired. You know, rather than be angry because we do stupid things out of anger. I think we're just tired. tired of seeing it, tired of hearing it, tired, and it's over. And then as when it's one of their cases, they say, "Oh, that's isolated incident." But yet and still they categorize when we have an isolated incident, and they categorize all of us and put us all in the same bucket. But I'm going to let that go and leave that alone because this show is about you. And I'm sorry, but I had to bring that up, and I'm not going to apologize, but it was
It
on
has
my
to be,
mind,
yeah.
and I know that you're teaching the youth. About how many students do you have?
Uh, we have, let me put it like this, we work with so many.
Right.
We can't even put a cap
Right.
on how many youth. Because we're dealing with young ladies within, the community. We get phone calls, I get personal friends asking me to help.
Right.
Or, we always, I'm always helping out within the judicial district.
Okay.
We get phone calls over there. So, the program, we mentor on all levels,
Oh, see,
So,
I know because a while back y'all had a couple of gangs or something down there.
it's a lot right now, especially with the gang thing. It's
Yeah.
definitely a lot. But there's a lot of sex trafficking, for the girls, or they're into the boys,
Yeah.
and they're leaving the homes, running away.
Wow.
Parents are looking for their daughters. I know that that's a lot right now too. Missing young ladies are turning up. So, yeah, so our program is really trying to get in that gap
Right.
where they feel like we're not scared to go in.
Right.
I'm born and raised from the projects, so
Gotcha.
I ain't scared to go in the projects and pull
Right.
them out. So our program is a little different.
So you have
It's
to
a little
go
more
get 'em.
street.
Have to go
Yeah, we
get
gotta
some
go
of 'em.
in and get them. So, and you gotta have the right language.
Yeah.
And we got the language, because right now we feel like it's needed even more now than ever. And two, it starts from home, like we talked about
Right.
a few minutes ago. So the program is founded on old school foundation.
Oh, like your
I had a
moms and the
strict. My mom
grandmas.
was from the South,
You
so
wasn't playing.
yeah, we had that strict love.
Right. That makes sense though, because sometimes I get caught up where how I speak now, vice how I was speaking in my younger years. I I can't relate unless we're talking about maybe music or something. But even then, I'm lost because I don't know who's who in this music game now. I see certain people or hear certain people, and it doesn't work. So it's tricky. Like I asked a question to some kids, and I said, y'all watch the news, you see what happened to Dave Chappelle. They said, who's Dave Chappelle? Excuse me? Well, never mind. I went and sat out. What I used to do when I was younger, I would read the newspaper and pick words out of the newspaper that I didn't know and look them up to extend my vocabulary. Because I know I was in the Navy, so I had to be around a lot of different people and different people from different countries and be able to communicate with them, but so y'all doing your thing.
Yeah, you ain't getting them to pick up no
No.
no dictionary or no.
No.
You ain't getting that in this generation.
No.
But yeah, no, they with our young ladies, we basically we take them as they are.
Yeah.
And we get them to tell them, you don't have to change who you are. Like you
Right.
said earlier, it's turn on, turn off.
Yeah.
I just think they need to have structure to know when to use it
Right.
You know, as young, you know, growing up, learning that they put a label on us young girls, black girls,
Right.
that we're loud, and black women, we're loud. And all of us not loud.
No.
Like, there are some loud
No,
women.
because you're soft spoken.
Yeah. But when it comes to the youth, I can get very loud.
No, I hear you.
But we're depicted as being loud.
Right.
So you want to be, we want to take away that, you know, that depiction where they feel that they're aggressive and they do the eye rolling and things like that. And
Like they don't want to hear it.
yeah, like they don't, you know, we just had an attorney with the girls, and she was a Caucasian woman. And at the end of the session, she was like, oh my God, I thought I was coming into the eye rolling and this and that. I mean, she was honest with us.
Yeah.
She's like, I thought you was going to be, you know, snappy. She was like, your young ladies are just, she was like, you're fabulous. And she was like, they're very well equipped young ladies.
Right.
So
That's good. So you're doing your thing. Cynthia, you got one quick question before we wrap up?
I just wanted to say I would definitely like to connect with you. I don't have a nonprofit yet, but I saw that you work with the homeless as well and feeding them. Um, so that's something that I always wanted to do. But I'm also into education and mentoring, so we definitely can connect.
absolutely, absolutely.
And tell them what the show is about.
For the people, by the people, about the people.
So I thank you for coming on board, and we're gonna connect. I'm impressed, very impressed, and keep doing your thing. I think we need more women out there like yourself getting to these youth.
Thank you. I
Definitely.
appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right, that's it for the Clock Hour. Like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. Leave some feedback. These people, you can get a hold of them. I'll have all their information available. You can reach out to them if you got any more questions.
Put them out there.
Put them out there.